I just wanted to start off today talking about basically what I use as my starters on my face. So kind of how I prep and prime my face before I add any type of foundation or anything. You may hear my dogs in the background along with my cats. They're kind of just roaming around while I'm filming today. Boyfriend's not home, so we're making it work all by ourselves. Hope to God the dogs don't bark because they have in my last 2 videos, but I had to crop them all out. So the first thing I use is Cetaphil. Some people say Cetaphil. I say Cetaphil. It's just how I grew up saying it. I have used this lotion my entire freaking life, like legitimate my entire life. My mom started out using it, and basically I just used it all throughout high school and everything. So I use 2 lotions on my face. So I basically just put a little bit on. My hands are clean, by the way. And don't mind my ponytail. I'm on like okay. I'm on day, God, what am I on? Day 3 of not washing my hair. So it's kind of just like an updo day anyway. So this I kind of just put out at the base and make sure everything feels pretty coated in it. My dog's being super cute right now. Then the other thing I like to go in with is the Clinique Moisture Surge. This is the 72-hour auto replenishing hydrator. So no matter what type of skin you have, whether it be oily, whether it be combination, whether it be extra dry skin, you always need to hydrate. You need to hydrate, and I suggest getting more of a water-based, more of like a water-based lotion or cream or something to put on your face that's going to keep your skin hydrated throughout the day. So this is water-based. I just kind of take the top off. And some people do like a dime size amount, but I do a little bit more than that, as you can see. And then we're just gonna rub this all over the face. You could probably get away with less, but during this time of year, my skin is just really awkward. So the other thing I like to do after I've gotten the lotion on my face and I'm leaving it sit, I do bring it down to my neck as well. I like to then go in with this Tarte. It's actually called Pout Prep. Super cute. And all it basically is it gets your dry skin off your lips. And I don't know if you all can tell, but these lips are chapped. Like, they are just so terrible right now. So I just take a little bit on my finger and basically we're just gonna rub this into our lips, exfoliate the lip. When I get dry lips during this time of year, I always need a hydrator, or not a hydrator, but like some sort of sugar scrub. The nice part about this stuff is that it actually tastes kind of minty, so I actually don't mind it at all. If you mind mint though, I would suggest doing some sort of different type of sugar scrub or prep for your lip. But this is just the one that I actually really enjoy using. Basically, you're just gonna go in and wipe that off after you've put it on. My lips already feel like 50 times better. So as I'm saying that, I'm going to go put on my Mario Badescu. Some people say Badescu, some people say Badescu. I don't really care, I say Badescu. But this is the For All Skin Types. It's a lip balm. I also use this type on my clients. I love this lip balm. I would say it definitely hydrates my lips like no freaking other. So the next thing I do is, this is just a mini. I actually have the full version right there if you can see it. But I'm going to use the mini version. This one's left over from my clients, and I just haven't had many clients recently, so I'm kind of just trying to use up my products and actually pay down my credit card for Ulta. So yeah, we're trying to get that down. But this is very, I say it's pretty silicone based. And I'm not gonna put any of it on my nose, but I do put it on like my eyelids, underneath my eyes, basically anywhere that you have like your bigger pores at. I have really big pores through here. I don't know if you guys can tell. I also have kind of bigger pores on my chin, and I do have it on my nose, but I just don't want to put it on my nose because my nose is already pretty hydrated, and I just really do not want to overdo it on there. And I'm gonna show you kind of something new I'm actually trying with you guys on here today. I'm trying something completely different with my foundation. I actually saw James Charles do it a long time ago, and I actually just thought about this video that he did. And so I went back, I found his foundation routine video. If I can remember what it's called, I will let you guys know, and my hair does not want to stay in the back there. So I'm basically going to be giving that a try today. I even went and bought the shape tape that he uses in his video. And I use the mini versions of these. I buy them all the time for my clients because I have different colored clients, so, or different skin tones, all of that. So I don't want to be, I kind of used all those already, except for the darker ones that I can't use because I'm really freaking white. And yeah, so I am going to use this as well. This is porcelain beige is what it's called. But I am first going to go ahead and put on my eyebrows, and I will be right back. If you would like to see my brow routine video, in case you are wondering how I get my brows, I will link that in the description below. So go ahead and check that out if you are interested in that. Now that that is done, I'm going to be starting to try out this James Charles idea that he does on his nose. And I feel like this is honest to God. I don't know why that hair won't stay. This is even better, so we'll do this instead. And don't mind, like I said, my messy hair. So this is where I'm going to try out James Charles' little trick that he does. And I am honest to God super excited. So I actually have a ton of these little brushes. They're the Real Techniques dark spot correcting brushes, but I use them for like everything but that. So basically, we're trying this. If I hate it, then you'll know, and this will never be my routine ever again. If I love it, then you'll see it every time. So basically, he puts a whole bunch of this on his nose, okay? Don't know if that's excessive or not, but we're making it work. So basically, he goes in at this point, and he's going to blend all of this out. He uses a brush in his video, so we're just gonna kind of do the same. Apparently this is supposed to help the pores on there, which I am all for helping the pores on my freaking nose because it is something horrific. Basically, when he blends this out, he makes sure that there's no like super harsh lines left over, so that's kind of what I'm doing. The nice part is that I'm kind of getting highlights like in the spot that I normally would if I put this on after my foundation. So that's kind of one of the things I'm excited for. And I'm making sure I'm getting every freaking crevice. Apparently it's supposed to help keep everything in place. So that is basically what we're trying, and I believe he still puts foundation over it, so we're gonna do that as well. Moving on to the foundation. I use Lancome. I am in the color 110 Ivory C, and this is not cruelty free. And it's one of the problems that I have with Lancome because I use two of their products. I use this, and I also use the powder foundation to go on after. Now, my problem is that it's not cruelty free, but it's one of the only foundations that truly works on my skin. So while I hate promoting non-cruelty free products, I have tried expensive products, I've tried cheap products, I've tried, God, everything I could think of, and nothing does what this brand does for me. And I guess in a way I am supporting it, and it's not something that I truly enjoy doing because I myself am a huge animal lover, but I do like the brand and I like the product, so that's kind of what I'm getting at with this guy. So now I'm just gonna go through, and I'm literally only going to put a couple, like I usually do like 2 pumps and then an extra little one. And normally I would prep my eyes if I was going to do any type of foundation, or eyeshadow, I would have done the eyeshadow already before doing my foundation, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm just doing foundation today. So I go through and I do these little dots all over my face. I have done this technique for a while now. God, it's been years that I've been doing this. The other thing I really like about this foundation is it's super, super lightweight and full coverage. I'm sure my dogs are gonna bark soon because my significant other is gonna be home soon. Goody. Okay, so now we're basically just gonna be going in and lightly dabbing this into the skin. It does not have to be harsh whatsoever, but my beauty blender is damp. I try my hardest not to get it on my lips because I feel like it dries out the lips after putting on, like, after all the work I basically just did for my lips to be as soft as they possibly can be. So I feel like it's kind of a waste of time just to put foundation and cake it on to your lips. Also going to say that the beauty blender you get does not have to be an expensive brand. I have bought cheap ones from like TJ Maxx and Ross, all those types of places. And I've had good experiences with all, but as I have gotten older, I actually really enjoy using my Real Techniques one, and so this is the one that I use every time I do my foundation. I've used this brand probably for years. I even have some of their brushes that I'll actually be using today, but it is one of my favorites. They're so soft and airy. They're not super hard, and when they get wet, it's so nice because they like expand. They make the perfect cheaper beauty blend. I'm now going to go in with the Anastasia, this is the Fawn Stick Foundation. I use this for a cream contour. I am so fair skinned that I have a really hard time finding anything for the cream contours that's going to suit my skin. So it's kind of a lighter brown, as you can see, but I'm basically going to go in. I want to go in underneath here. I think of this line that goes down to my mouth right here. I want to do it a little darker down here and a little lighter up here onto my cheekbone, so that's when I will do my powder contour, but for now I'm going to do this guy here. And I basically just draw this line, pretty light-handed. I'm gonna go in with the It Cosmetics brush. This one is the number 227 Flawless Blush Brush, but I don't use it for blush. I use it to blend my contour. And I've actually fallen in love with this brush. I use it every time I do contour. So yeah, I don't know, I really want more It Cosmetics brushes, but they're just freaking expensive. So I'm gonna go in with this and just basically start blending out my cheeks. And I usually add the darker onto underneath here as well. And sometimes up here, I do it mainly up here if I'm going to be doing a more glammed up look or darker fall looks, winter looks, that kind of thing. But for today, I'm gonna skip up here, at least for the cream contour. And then I am gonna still go down here with my cream because I feel like it really just helps my face look a little bit more sucked in and not so round. As I've gained weight, my face has become a lot more rounded. So that's kind of why I put it down there. And you have to blend it out really good, otherwise you're going to be stuck with this orange line underneath and it's ugly. Or maybe not orange, but kind of mixed with the foundation it makes like an orangey color. So yeah, you don't want that. As I'm going in to blend, I'm going to be going pretty light-handed on this. It's just, honest to God, what I prefer. If you go harsh, I notice you start getting this harsh line. You want to blend it and make sure it's blended really nicely. So I'm basically going in an upward motion. And because you want it to go upward, you want it to be towards your cheekbones, not obviously towards your chin, or I guess below that. You want to look like you know, like more chiseled, right? I mean, not masculinely chiseled, but like you've got good features. And as I've gained weight as well, some of my features that used to be there, like my cheeks, I still have them, but they're obviously not as defined as they were before when I was a little thinner. So I really like to just go in pretty light-handed with this and just kind of bring that look back into my face a little bit. So when I go in and blend underneath here, also, as you can tell, I got a little extra down here, but we will be going through and cleaning that up, so don't even stress about it. Happens all the time. I think I need a smaller brush in all honesty, but I love this freaking brush so much. The blending power it has is freaking strong. It's a strong game with this brush, so I have a hard time letting go. If you guys have suggestions though, and you happen to use a brush for blending out your contour, let me know, because I would love to have a different idea of something else to use that might be comparable and blends really well. Well, I've already blended this side, but as you can tell, it kind of gives me a little bit more chiseled look for my chin. So to do this, I'm also just going in an upward motion again and blending this upward onto my jawline. Just like a cheekbone, but on your jaw instead. So I am now going to be taking my Shape Tape concealer, and I am in Porcelain Beige. I don't know if I already told you guys that or not, but I'm just gonna take a little bit on the brush. It doesn't need to be a lot. And we are going to now go in under the eye. The other spot that I like to put this is I'm going to just do some dots down here. And some people use different kinds of brushes for like blending. I still prefer my Beauty Blender. I just find it to be the easiest. And we're gonna basically lightly go in on the side with it here. And we're gonna bring that and make that just lighter. So now I'm going to start going in underneath my eye here. And I just stipple it. Okay, you don't want to drag it everywhere. You're gonna, so like I get dry underneath my eyes pretty easily. And so I find when I drag it, that starts creating like really dry skin for me underneath my eyes. So I tend not to do that. I'd rather just use the damp Beauty Blender and go as lightly handed as I can. You wanna make sure you're bringing it up quite a bit of ways underneath your eye here. And we're gonna set all of that into place. If you have dry, super dry skin, you do not have to do the setting step if you do not want to. So I'm now going in with the Laura Mercier. Some people say Mercier, some people say Mercier. I don't really know how it's pronounced. But this is the translucent powder. So I turn it upside down, do a couple pats, and I just have a little bit of product there. So I'm now going to take that damp Beauty Blender and I'm basically just going to dip it in that product. And I'm going to pack this underneath my eye. I try to make sure that when I'm packing it upward because I don't want those wrinkles to be any more defined. I have little under eye wrinkles, nothing crazy. It's pretty common, especially when you're a little younger, that you have some. I actually learned that a long time ago when I was a little girl, and it's what shows that you're younger, but when you start getting older and you get the bags, that's when things can kind of go south, if that makes sense. The other place that I go in with it is, as you remember, we did place the concealer right here to kind of get rid of the lines that were darker down here. And so I'm just gonna lightly go in, and this one I kind of just quickly swipe in that spot. The other thing I like to then do is I'm basically just going to take a little bit and I'm going to kind of make this weird monkey face. And that's going to help get rid of my wrinkles. Now that has been baking, I am going to go in with the Real Techniques Set and Spotlight brush. I use this for highlight, and I also use it to wipe away the extra powder from my baking and setting. So I basically just go in, lightly wipe this away. Now this one I pull downward. So this is when I take my second powder. This is also Lancome. This is the dual finish in 100 Porcelain Delicate. Just comes in a compact powder. Real Techniques actually came out. I don't know if they still have it. I haven't seen it at Ulta in a little while. But basically, it's like the little cushion that comes in these, and you can use them. I enjoy using them, but I'm literally just gonna go in and push it into my skin. So I'm basically just putting it over like the stickiest spots on my face. And we are going to bring this one down to our neck as well. Now that I have completely put all that powder on my face, I am now going to go in with my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. This is in the color Light Medium Matte Bronzer. So I'm going in with the 004 Real Techniques brush. This is really good for light contour, like bronzers. So I'm just gonna lightly put it in here in the product. And we are going to start putting this up here. So last time I did the line from here, now I'm going to be going for my hairline here. This is where my true cheekbone is right here. So this sculpts, and this is going to fill in that extra space that's going to give me that, I guess, that cheekbone that kind of comes out, if that makes sense. You can tell the difference in the dimension that that just put on. Now this is where I'm gonna go in up here as well. And this is gonna bring in some of the color back to my face up here, especially on the days that I'm wearing my hair up. I don't like it to look so big. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want a big looking forehead, if that makes sense. I'm now going to be taking this and bringing it just above where we did that line and more onto the top of my cheekbone right here. Did I say cheekbone? I totally meant jawline. And so that is pretty much it for the contour around my face. We are now going to move on to powder contour onto my nose. I'm still going in with my Chocolate Soleil. I am doing the Set and Spotlight brush again, but I'm using this end this time. I'm just gonna dab it in here. And we are going to make that line. Well, I usually just bring this up here as well. So as you can see, it's now a little darker. I'm gonna be going back in with a little bit of the Laura Mercier powder and back to the damp beauty blender, and I'm going to be making a line on the side of my nose right here. The illusion basically that I have a smaller nose than I actually do, if that makes sense. As you can see. And I usually like to make a little line upward that way. So what we'll do now is, because I'm not necessarily trying to set the nose or anything like that, we're gonna go in and dust off this powder. And I feel like that completely just changed the way my nose and my face looks. I feel like it's given me some dimension, but I also feel like I now have like a smaller looking nose. I am now going to be going in with this MAC, I think it's called Flower Power, spelled F-L-E-U-R. And I am taking my BH Cosmetics. It is a fluffy brush, and I just kind of get some product on there. And now this is where my apples and my cheeks come in. I'm going in with my MAC Fix Plus, so this is Prep and Prime. And now that I've got all these powders on my face, I'm gonna set it, and that's going to help the highlight basically stay on a little bit better. The highlight I am going in with today is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Looks like this, super shiny. I actually got this from my friend. This one's in Skin Frost Ice Cold. And my friend Trina actually gave this to me about a while ago at this rate. And she didn't necessarily give it to me, but she didn't really ask for it back. And she just kind of said I could use it. So for a while, and I've been using it ever since. So I now take that MAC Fix Plus and I'm gonna put it onto the brush as well after putting a little bit of product on there. And now I'm going to be going in with it on my nose. As you can see, oh my God, that's so pretty. It just adds a little bit, you know, that's all that you need. So I just add it to the tip. I skip about this area here and then go up from there. It just adds a little bit. So now I'll be taking the one that I used to set. I have completely wiped this off, so it's got no more like powders on it or anything, and I'm just wiping it to make sure one more time. And I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to spray this one as well. Go back in with the product, and this is where we're gonna be adding it onto my cheeks. This is one of my favorites, and I use this one all the freaking time. And look at that freaking highlight. Oh my God, it looks so good. I love this palette, or that palette I should say. I really love it. So I actually got this one brand new this weekend at Ulta, the Ulta Beauty Fest thing. And so I won this one for free. I am going to be using this one today. It'll be my first time. I will leave it on probably for a couple hours, my makeup anyway, until I shower, just to kind of see how well it lasts for a couple hours. Otherwise, I normally use my Urban Decay All-Nighter. To complete this look, I'm going to go in and spray this all over my face pretty liberally. I want my makeup to stay on. I want my makeup to last when I do it. I don't want it to be something I'm gonna have to be touching up every 5 seconds during the day. I don't know about you guys, but that can be pretty freaking annoying. All right, lovelies, so this is all I have for you today. This is my really smooth skin look that I do. Obviously, I did the nose differently, and so far, oh my gosh, like let me just take a look. I am in love with it. Like, I freaking love that idea. I'm gonna stay on my nose all day. I love it. If you enjoyed this look, do not forget to leave a comment below with any questions that you may have. I'm really good at replying to your questions and comments, so please do not forget to do that. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button as well if you want to see more from me. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and I will make another video for you guys soon. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.